okay, right here in this chain one space on this opposite piece, okay, and that's where we are now going to work our double crochets. So here we yarn over and then insert our hook into the chain one space and work 3 double crochets into the very same space, as you can see, okay, then chain one, skip the next 3 stitches and then work 3 double crochets into the next stitch or chain one space. Now you're going to go on and on and on with the chain one, skip 3 stitches and work 3 double crochets into the next chain one space until you get at this point right here. Okay, that's where I'm going to meet you and tell you what to do. So once you have finished working your 3 double crochets into this chain one space, you are going to chain one, yarn over into the joint where we attach these 2 pieces together on the sides. Exactly there, we are going to work 2 double crochets and then work a slip stitch into the 3rd chain stitch of the 4 that started the row, just like that. Okay, so this is what we have. We have worked our crotch, as you can see. Yeah, we have worked 10 chains from here and worked our bridge. So now we are going to start working the bottom of our shorts, because now we already have made something like shorts. So here we are going to, you can choose to like turn your work or not to turn your work. So from here we'll chain 4 and turn my work, then skip the first 3 stitches and into the next chain one space we work 3 double crochets, chain 1, work 3 double crochets into the next, chain 1, work 3 double crochets into the next chain 1 space. Go on and on with this until you get at this point. That's where I'm going to meet you and then show you what to do. So once you are at this chain space, you will chain 1. Now into the very first chain 1 right here of the 10 chains that we made previously, you will work 3 double crochets all in the very same chain space. So you work 3 double crochets, you chain 1, skip 1, 2 into the 3rd, you work 3 double crochets, chain 1, skip the next 2 chain stitches and then work into the 3rd, you work 3 double crochets. Lastly, you chain 1, skip the next 2 and into the very last chain stitch you work 3 double crochets. And now from here you would just skip these 3 stitches and then work 3 double crochets into the next chain gap. So you continue with chain 1, skip the next 3 stitches and work 3 double crochets into the next chain space until you get to the end of your row right here. Into this last chain space or the first chain space, you will work 2 double crochets and work a slip stitch into the 3rd chain stitch from the hook of the 4 that started the row. That's where I'm going to meet you and show you what to do. I just wanted you guys to see how to maneuver the border and get to the other side of, the bridge or the crotch and get to the other side of your shorts. So this is it. Now let me see you once you are here. So I've come to the end of my row and here I will chain 4 and turn my work 1, 2, 3, 4, yes, and turn my work, skip the first three double crochets and work 3 double crochets into the next chain gap, chain 1, do the same, skip the next 3 stitches and work 3 double crochets into the next chain 1 space. So you're just going to go on with this all the way around, because clearly we have finished working our crotch, so it's just a matter of going all the way around for the number of rows you decide or you choose, for given the length of the shorts that you want, okay, how long you want your shorts to be. So you can just go on and on and on. I'm just going to work this one more row and then get back to show you how to work this side of your leg. Once you have the length of the shorts that you want, the number of rows you want for the length of your shorts, you will just chain 3, and into this very same stitch you work 2 double crochets. This is more like just a border design to like finish off our work, okay? And now into the next chain gap you will skip these 3 stitches, and into the next chain gap you work a single crochet, chain 3, work 2 double crochets, and then into the next chain gap you work a single crochet, chain 3, work 2 double crochets in the very same space, and skip the next 3 stitches. Into the next you work a single crochet. So this will just give you this sort of border. All right, so just go on and on all the way around. Once you get here you'll just work a slip stitch, and that will mark the end of this leg. So now we are going to work this leg, and we are just going to do exactly the same thing that we did on the other leg, but then I just want to show you something that I usually do with my shorts. So we are just going to find a starting point just at the joint where we like, or you call it the seam or something, yeah, where we join the two together, and here we shall chain 4 and then work 3 double crochets into this chain gap, chain 1, skip the next 3 stitches, and into the next chain 1 space you work 3 double crochets, chain 1, skip the next 3 stitches, into the next chain 1 space you work 3 double crochets, and this is going to go on and on until we get to this point. Okay, this is where I'm going to meet you and then show you what to do. All right, so I am here and this is what I am going to do. At the tip or the top of this double crochet stitch right there, okay, you will chain 1. Now at the top of this double crochet stitch right there you'll work a slip stitch. Okay, now here we are going to work 1 single crochet into the very first chain stitch of the 10 chains that we worked, just like that, and we are going to continue with 1 single crochet into every stitch, but just make sure it's 10 of them. Until you get to the end here. So let me just let you work that. So we are here, and when you get to your very last chain stitch, you will work, you'll get into the top of this double crochet post like that, and then yarn over, insert your hook into the chain 1 space right here, see that, pull through yarn, okay, yarn over, pull through 2, and then yarn over, pull through all 3. See how we have done that? Okay, now after that you are going to work your 2 other double crochets, making it a total of 3. So we have crossed over to this side, and now you are going to chain 1 and follow the very same pattern. Okay, so from here I'm just going to let you work your shorts until you get to the end of it right here, and into this gap you will work 3 double crochets right here, chain 1, work 2 double crochets into this very same stitch, and then work a slip stitch right here, okay, to end your row. Then you're going to follow the very same pattern or the very same step that we did right here to work your double crochets. For the next row, you will follow the very same step we did on this side, so that you work your double crochets into this single crochet, skip 2 single crochets, then work into this, skip 2 single crochets, work into the third, skip 2 single crochets, work into the last. So just follow the very same procedure that I just wanted to show you how to make your crotch area strong and thick enough, rather than just having chains, and also having uniform number of rows on both sides of our legs, okay? That's what I wanted to share. So just follow the very same steps. Finish off your shirts. When I get back, I'm just going to show you how to work your waistline. So I'm going to show you guys how to work your waistline. This is what you are going to do. You will find any point from where to start your row from, okay? And pull through yarn, work 1 chain, then work a single crochet into that very same spot, okay? Now for every double crochet post, we are going to work 2 single crochets. So we work our first single crochet, and the second one is worked in between the double crochet post. If you feel like this is going to be hectic for you to like keep up with, you can just work into every double crochet post, just work 2 single crochets in the very same spot, okay, like that. But for me, I usually work 1 single crochet at the beginning of the post and in the middle of the double crochet post, okay? So just work 2 single crochets into every double crochet post, just like that, and make sure you are crocheting this underneath like that, so that they do not appear anywhere in our work. I'm just going to show you a little bit, and I'll let you to it, so you can just finish through your work and do this on your own until you get to this point. So literally this is how it's going to look like, okay? So just work this until you get to just work this all the way around until you get back to this point, and that's where I'm going to meet you and then show you what to do. So here, once you have worked your slip stitch, you are going to chain 4, 1 2 3 4, skip 1 single crochet, and into the next single crochet you will work a double crochet, chain 1, skip 1 single crochet, into the next stitch you work a double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, into the next you work a double crochet. So you are just going to go on with this. It's according to what you want. If you want just not like a mesh kind of waistline or waistband, waistline, you can just work 1 double crochet into every stitch all the way around, okay? But also if you're fine with this, because this is what I did or used to do almost on these shirts whenever I made them, you can just go with this. I have several pictures of these shirts. Oh my god, I can't even get I've worked them with a solid waistband and a mesh waistband, so each of them is actually pretty in its own way. So whichever you choose, you can just do exactly as you wish. Go on with this all the way around, and once you have, you will come back here and then work a slip stitch into the 3rd chain stitch of the 4 that started the row. All right, there you will chain 4 again and turn your work. Keep doing the very same step just like this all the way around, okay, until you get to the end of it. You can work like a total of 3 to 4 rows if you wish. Yeah, 3 would be fine, even 4 are very fine, so whichever you choose is exactly what you work, okay? And there you'll have your waistband complete and your shirts looking good as new. So let me just show you how they look like with that kind of waistline. So as you can see, this is how it has to look like once you have fully worked everything all the way around. And at this point you will just add a drawstring through each hole, and just fasten your shirts from the front right here, okay? So just do exactly as I have showed you. Whether you want a thick or solid waistband or a mesh waistband, just do that until you come to the end of your rows, either 3 or 4, and there you will have worked your shirts and come to the end of our tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. Let me see you all in my next tutorial. I hope you like this one. Goodbye.